Hey there, English 102 students. So for today, our main classroom topics were different enough that I'm actually going to do two recap videos. Hopefully they'll both be quick ones. And that way it'll be easier for you to focus on whichever topic you might want to review. So this video is about the study skills discussion we had. And one of the reasons I think it's important to talk about study skills is, because life gets in the way. And so you want to make sure that when you are studying, when you are getting your work planned out, that you're actually accounting for the fact that life gets crazy and you do need rest. And it is important to actually go out and have friends and take care of your family and earn enough money to live and somehow get your English papers done. So one of the things I pointed out is that when we try to be perfectionists, when we try to do perfect assignments, that leads to procrastination, and then that eventually leads to panicky, last minute assignments. And so some ways to prevent that from happening. One of the big ones, start on your work earlier. And one of the good things that came up is if you start reading your research materials, several weeks out, take some notes on those as you go, and that way you'll have that information so that later, after you've already forgotten what you've read, rather than having to reread or flip through pages like crazy, you can refer back to your notes and actually use those quotes you've already written down. Now, a thing that I found important to bear in mind is it is impossible to do a deep reading on everything you've been assigned. And so something that a good skill is to be able to skim through everything that's assigned and then to focus your energies on the parts that are the most important. So for example, with English, since we have these big research papers, what you'll want to do is, skim through your major sources, give, a few weeks to do this well, and then as you're skimming, pick out the sections or the paragraphs that are the most applicable to your topics. So get an idea of what the entire source is saying, but then zero in on the parts that really are going to help for your paper. Get those quotes that you need. And then when I talk about fake it till you make it, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Do that amount of work you need to do to get everything in, but don't spend a ton of time, belaboring it. Now that said, fake it till you make it does not mean cheating, all right? ChatGPT, paying someone to do your paper, copying off another website, these are things that are available. These are things students have done. Don't do them because obviously it's not right. But also too, if you get caught doing things like that, you'll be kicked out of college. And this is one of the reasons why, I really want you guys to just do the papers, turn them in, and don't worry if they're not perfect. Don't worry if you feel like they sound terrible or anything like that, because those imperfect papers are part of the learning process. Right? Doing that work will help you become a better writer. Now, along with that, in addition to those, scheduling and time management skills, it's also important to actually talk with others. So if you need extra time on assignments, talk with your professors, especially with English 102. Like I said, my class is a little more flexible than many because all the assignments are writing assignments. There are no tests or anything like that. And so if you need extra time, just let me know. The other good suggestion is, study with a classmate. Or go outside, go to the library or the coffee shop, somewhere else that will get you out of the house to help get you free of some of those distractions. Anything that you find helps you focus is a good thing in terms of getting your work in. So those were the main things we talked about in the study skills discussion for the class. I'm going to go ahead and do a second video talking about the citation and blending sources because that topic is different enough. But as always, please let me know of questions, and I hope this is helpful.